Hello guys, once again it's Matt. We have patch day 2. Of course, I'm researching the F4J, as you see. Yesterday I was out of the house for a couple of hours, so I didn't get much points into it, just the bonuses for the F-8E. And of a premium, of course, it's always easy to grind aviation. So yeah, but today we have a kind of a special video, so I mean, I wanted to make more videos on the new stuff, but I have to grind it out. And of course, now I'm using the F-5E. So as you see, we have this amazing skin. I'm going to leave it in the comment section in the description below. But it's a Brazilian Air Force F5 camouflage from the Pampa Squadron. From based on south of Brazil, in the like really in the south, and yeah, pretty cool skin as you see. Of course, it's my country, so I love this type of skin just because I mean this aircraft is the backbone of the Air Force of my country, for now at least. So of course we today we use a very modernized version, modernized by Embraer, which is a domestic company, third largest civil aviation company by building aircraft and stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. And of course, we use a different missiles and stuff. We use the Pythons, the Israeli missiles, and the Derbies. So we use the Python 4 and the Derbies. But we started using the AIM-9Bs in the 70s and 80s, and of course later we used the Python 3, and now we use the Python 4 with the F-5E or just M, which is the modernized version, has better avionics and stuff. So yeah, but here we have the old version, so the F-5E, and since we don't have the Python 3 or any advanced missile like that, I'm going to actually try to use, at least for a couple of battles, the AIM-9B. So of course I don't have any all the upgrades right now. I'm just trying to get the bonuses and stuff. But I'm going to try to use the AIM-9B. I have the AIM-9J, but I'm going to use the AIM-9B because it was the missile that Brazil used it in the 80s, I think. So yeah, pretty cool aircraft in general. I love this aircraft. For me, it's one of the most beautiful aircraft ever made. Uh, Maybe because it's I mean the main fighter of my country, but so we are kind of used to have this aircraft as a kind of a symbol on the Air Force. So yeah, so let's get into it, guys. Pretty cool aircraft, pretty light, with just a couple of missiles and two 20 millimeter guns. So it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, it's just a pretty basic fighter. It doesn't have anything fancy. Okay, it has some countermeasures, as you see, and but yeah, basically this is it. So let's get into some battles, and I see you guys. So yeah, basically this is going to be kind of a guide on how to use the F-5E while you are kind of getting used to it and getting the upgrade. So I'm using 30 minutes, which is it's a middle ground. I mean, 20 minutes is too low, and 38 it's kind of too high for most of battles. So yeah, let's get 30 minutes. I'm using air targets and countermeasures, um, and a mixed thing of countermeasures. So flares and chiff. So let's take off. As you see, it's a pretty cool aircraft. The cockpit is amazing. I really love this aircraft. It's a really hard aircraft actually to fly right now. It used to be one of the top dogs of War Thunder, especially in ARB, but it's not. But it's not anymore, because you just have a lot of BVR missiles and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into speed and altitude. So yeah, look at this, guys. This is amazing. I love this aircraft and I love this skin. To try to take a a screenshot for me to use as a thumbnail. But yeah, let's get into it. So we are using the AIM-9B just for the sake of realism, you know, for just to have a little bit of fun. But the AIM-9Js are pretty okay to use. You know, it's not the greatest missile ever, but it's not bad. So yeah. But the main armament of this aircraft, of course, is the cannons. So Fox 2. Oh, come on, that was close. I don't know how I just missed those those shots. It's the first battle of the of the day, so I'm kind of sleepy still. Yeah, those flares made the AIM-9 just miss the target. Just a hit. It's a pretty easy cannon to use. It has kind of a low muzzle velocity, but it's pretty good. Look at the sounds of this game, man. I mean, especially the J79. It just sounds amazing. Just amazing. Fox 2, yeah, that was not a good shot. Critical hit. Come on, go down, MatAWG. Come on, just die. So yeah, one of the problems that I'm facing a lot. Yeah. Come on. But one of the problems that I'm facing a lot with this aircraft is actually the cannons are not doing a lot of damage. So I have to hit a lot of the targets, but directly. But yeah, sometimes it works perfectly, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, if you have any tips, just leave it in the comments for ammo for this cannon. So yeah. But yeah, I think that the battle is basically over. So I'm just going to jump to the next one. Okay. Here we go, boys. Another battle. Still using the AIM-9B, so to be kind of a realistic loadout. So yeah, this aircraft is actually the backbone of the, as I said before, the backbone of the Brazilian Air Force, the FAB, or Força Aérea Brasileira. And he crashed? Oh, he bombed himself. No. But yeah, basically, there's something locking me. Yeah, I'm going to turn away. But yeah, basically, we are not actually, I mean, changing the F-5 for the Gripen, but the Gripen is joining our Air Force, which would be an amazing aircraft to have in game in the future. But yeah. We also had in the past Mirages, the Mirage 2 and Mirage 3, and we still have the A4s for the Navy. Even though we sold the last, I think we sold the last aircraft carrier that we had a couple of months ago or a year ago. But even with that, we still have the aircraft, the naval aircraft. So yeah. Yes, let's go, boys. But yeah, basically this is one of the main aircraft that we have, together with the Tucano, which is the trainer slash light attack aircraft that we have. But for high altitude interception, I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's a pretty well modified F5. But we use the F5. As I said before, we use the Derby, which is a BVR missile with like 50 kilometers range. Not the greatest, but not bad. Israeli knows how to make. Holy. The Israelis kind of know how to make good missiles. So yeah. We even had some projects together with South Africa to do a couple of short-range missiles, but I don't think it got into service. Fox 2. Splash 1. Let's go. Proud of the Brazilian Air Force, guys. I love this aircraft. Such an amazing little nimble fighter. I know it's kind of, it doesn't have any fancy system, but just for the performance of it, it's pretty cool. Yeah, let's see. I think the battle is over already, but yeah, as you see, we kind of, I mean, I really don't like, if you know me for a while, you know that I don't like the word support fighter, but it's kind of using that role right now because it doesn't have BVR, it doesn't have a lot of missiles. The speed is not the greatest, so it's not a slow fighter by any means, but it's not like really fast and or anything like that. So you kind of have to get targets of opportunity or on the dogfight. So if you're grinding it out, just make sure to have the money for it because the actually the repair costs of this aircraft are pretty high, so you have to be careful with that. But without that, it's kind of a light fighter, pretty fun fighter to use. So yeah, well, pretty good, pretty cool. So if I see something else here to kill, I'm going to get back to you in this battle. If not, let's go for the last battle that I'm going to use the AIM-9Js just to pretend that we use them, uh, since we don't have the Python 3. So for now at least. And if you like this type of aircraft, leave it in the comments. And of course, make sure to leave it in the comments if you want to see more videos from some air force in the world, so I can bring some history on the channel. Not anything like really, not like a history book or anything, but a documentary or anything, but just like a fun little stuff that we find on the internet together with some gameplay. So yeah, I have some plans of using the A4 as well for the Brazilian Navy, and in the Mirage I already did a video on the Mirage 3. So yeah, those are the main aircraft that we had in the Cold War. So yeah, pretty cool, né? So I see you guys on the next one. So just for you guys to see, here we have a modernized F5, so the EM. Of course, it's modernized by Embraer together with a couple of foreign systems. But we have new radars, new avionics. It's all glass cockpits. We have all sorts of new systems in here, so pretty cool. And in here we see the Python 4 and the Derby missile, so pretty cool, right? And a 5 that it does BVR and has all aspect missiles, pretty modern ones as well. We have another photo here with some AIM-9s, AIM-9Ps, but they are, you know, deactivated, as you see the blue line here. It's for training purposes, but yeah, this one is actually firing one of the derbies, I think. So yeah, pretty cool, right? We are very proud of this aircraft actually here in Brazil, just because it's pretty well known that the aircraft is American, but it has a very Brazilian touch to it, you know, with Embraer. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's get into the third battle. I forgot to change the missile. Oh yeah. But anyway, let's end it up with style, killing people with AIM-9Bs. But yeah, just wanted to make this video just to show a little bit of the history of this special aircraft and just a little bit of it. I mean, look at this. I found this aircraft such a beautiful aircraft, especially with the Brazilian camo, of course. So yeah, pretty cool. It's kind of a dick move by the USA actually, because we actually wanted to buy the F4, but they didn't allow us to buy the F4 because we were not worthy of such modern aircraft for I don't know what reason, but it's the Cold War, so I kind of understand. But the Congress, the United States Congress, didn't approve the selling of F4s to us, and we actually wanted to buy the F4s A's and B's in the 60s, but we also didn't get approval for it by the U.S. Congress. So we actually ended up being offered the F-7M, which is, I think it was the F-7. F-7. It's one of the J-7s for export. So just a hit, come on. But yeah, pretty cool, right? That Brazil actually almost, it's a strong word, but we got offered to use the J7 because the United States didn't want to sell any of their aircraft, modern aircraft back in the day. But we eventually got the Mirages, and a little bit later we got the F5s. So we used the Mirages 3, the Mirage 3, and after that the F5. In the late 90s, early 2000s, we actually used the Mirage 2000, which was probably a very, yes, let's go, a very modern aircraft for the time. And we ended up actually selling them or just giving up on them because of the costs of maintaining an aircraft that was not produced anymore. So the parts and stuff, the engines were pretty expensive to actually maintain. So, and a couple of, I mean, basically 20 years later, we ended up buying, not 20, come on, but 20 years later we ended up buying the Gripen from Saab. So we are starting to get them. We have like one here in Brazil, but four of them are coming in. So yeah, pretty cool aircraft in general. Our Air Force is one of the oldest aircraft. I think it's the oldest Air Force in the world, I think, or it's one of the first. So the actual Air Force was founded on 1941, so it's pretty early. I think it's the first, but I might be wrong there. But Jesus, we got like raped. But I think it's one of the first Air Forces, if not the first. Especially it's before the United States one, I think. And we are one of the first countries that actually used aircraft in combat, if not the first. So in 1909 or something like that, we actually or 19 it was like 1909 or 1910, something like that. I don't remember exactly. We actually, the Brazilian government actually used two aircraft to attack some separatist movements that were kind of happening on the south of Brazil, and we ended up crashing both aircraft. So we lost both aircraft in the combat, not having any aircraft in the other side or basically any gun on the other side. So yeah, pretty interesting story. But if you want to see more stories like that, make sure to subscribe, click the like button, and leave it in the comments what else you want to see, what countries you like to see for me to talk about. I know more of Brazil, of course, because I'm Brazilian, but I can research and do videos of any air force. Air forces of all the countries are amazing, have amazing history. So this was it, guys. Sorry for the last battle was not that good, but yeah. See you guys on the next one.